All right, ladies and gentlemen, gamers, welcome back to another League of Legends patch note video. So today, we're covering patch 10.2. But before we do this, let me just take a moment to go on my Discord and take another moment to just look at like League's new website. So on the client, they don't have patch notes out for some odd reason. I don't know why they don't have it on the client, but it's not there. So we have to do it on the web browser Chrome that eats my resources, and you can kind of see why with all the tabs. However, one thing I want to take a look at is this League of Legends. Dude, Riot updated their website, and honestly, I mean, it takes a little bit to get used to, don't get me wrong, but it looks so fucking good. Like, one thing I love about Riot is just their quality. Their quality is insane. Like, look at this shit. This shit's getting me hyped for the fucking game, even though it sucks ass. Like, this shit is crazy. Look at this. These graphics, I mean, I'm assuming these are honestly, if you want my opinion, I don't know for sure, but I think these are from, what's it called? Legends of Runeterra. Like, they're the artwork for the card game. However, dude, this artwork is crazy. Like, look at this shit. Let's go to Yasuo. I'm pretty sure this is from the card game. Like, it looks like it has the style of the card game. Yeah, but like, yo, this artwork looks so fucking good to me. Look at this shit. This shit's crazy. And the other thing I like, yo, look at Akali. She's so hot. Look at her thighs. Look at her fucking thighs, yo. She's so hot. Oh my god, she's so hot. Yeah, yo, Riot's website is actually like crazy now. It's actually sicko mode. But anyway, moving on to the patch notes. So, preseason has kind of got me fucked up from like having been so long without patch notes. It kind of feels awkward to have patch notes as often as they usually come out. But let's just read what they say, and I'll share my opinions about what's gonna happen very soon. Hi friends, what's up? How are your resolutions holding up? Didn't make any because that's bullshit. Do you think you'll be able to get out of silver this year? Pff, I'm already in gold, baby. Speaking of climbing the ladder, we encourage all of y'all to get your placements done sooner than later. Clash will be launching later this year. Yeah, who knows when. I won't want you to miss out the fun because you procrastinated. Okay, cool. This patch we're following up on adjustments, aka nerfs to Aphelios, nerfs to Kiana and Nautilus, buffs to Sona. Yes, Sona. Wow, that's actually surprising. Jinx is all getting a change to her passive. Wait, what? I didn't know this. Usually I know it's in the patch notes, like, that pertains to me specifically, but wow, I didn't know this. Rift Tyrell is doing her best to get more attention from you. Okay. Additionally, we've made some follow-up changes to the shiny rifts, so they read clearer and are more defined overall. Okay. Infernal and Mountain Rifts in particular should feel clearer. Okay. And then we'll see each other in 2 weeks. Cool. So, patch highlights. We have these very cool looking skins, right? So, these skins, along with the Mecha Kingdom event skins, were revealed in preseason. And I said these were like the fucking quality, like almost best quality 1350s you could get. There's no legendary in this patch. However, these skins I feel are all very good and very nice additions. Unlike the next skins we are getting, which I'll spoil for you now, is the Valentine skins are Jinx and Yumi, and I hate the Valentine skins. And then the other skin is Prestige Senna, which is like Snorefest. It looks good though for Senna mains. The main issue I have is Riot recently said something saying that oh yeah, we're vaulting old skins that people don't buy and people don't like play when they do buy or get them, aka Snowdown skins for all intents and purposes. Whereas I feel like the Valentine's Day skins are never fucking used. Excuse me. And they're ass. I would rather take Snowdown skins than Valentine skins. I hate the Valentine skins. But Riot doesn't seem to think so. And apparently their sales are good. Maybe, I don't know. We have no statistics, but I'm going to assume. some news I forgot about, and the Spotify ad about Febreze. Some news I forgot about. My palette today includes macaroni soup with lemon, cheese, and salt. So I have that on the side, and you'll be hearing me munch on that every so often. I'm spraying Febreze in my fucking face. But anyway, these skins are all really good. And I thought it was going to be the baseline for quality this year. But with the Valentine skins coming out, I don't know. Very disappointed. Anyway, moving on to the actual changes. Aphelios. Alright, I have some very strong opinions on this champion. Not very strong, decently strong. Just like him. So, what do they do? He's obviously getting nerfed because people are complaining. Calibrum's basic attack mark damage is now flat. Its Q is increased. Its Crescendum mirror chakrams do less damage after the first, which they already didn't do a lot in anyway, unless you had a shit ton. And Severum onslaught damage ratio decreased. That's crazy how much they're adjusting him. Fucking bullshit. Following up with a couple of more adjustments, aka nerfs, based on his performance since launch, and now he's stacked up after a couple of bug fixes and changes at the start of the year. Yeah, bullshit, you're just nerfing him. So, how bad are they doing it? The Q mark on the sniper scaling up was 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, plus a, what is that, 0.3? I can't tell. Yeah, 0.3 AD bonus AD. Now is 15 flat throughout the whole game and plus 0.2. This is insane. I actually think this nerf is crazy that, like, they took away both, or they lowered the scaling and the base. Maybe they could have touched one and not the other, in my opinion, but that's crazy how much they lowered it. And the cooldown got increased by 1 second early, 2 seconds late. Okay, this I could kind of justify. This is justified. Now, the Q, I felt late game. Essence Reaver is a staple on Aphelios. No one's arguing that. The Q late game would be on like a fucking, what I felt to be like a 2 second cooldown. And for what it did, it was a little ridiculous. However, the thing that brings it in line is it uses your ammo. It's not like you're spamming it willy-nilly for free and getting nuke damage out of it. You are getting good damage, but you're using your ammo for it, which is like the big drawback. And it's a skill shot, so you could miss it. Now, to have a skill shot like this that also uses ammo, mana, and is easy to like dodge or miss, to get nerfed this much, it kind of doesn't make sense to me, and I don't agree with it at all. However, the only thing I do agree with is either nerfing the base to just have it be 15 but still scale, or just nerfing the scaling and have it be like scaling base. I would have rather keep the scaling base, lower the bonus attack damage ratio, and then maybe lower the cooldown as well, because I do feel the cooldown part is a little ridiculous. But they chose to go after fucking everything and got the sniper, so cool. Crescendum. Basic attack damage, 130 to 264. Based on number of chakrams, aka 1 to 10. Now it's 130 base level to 223. Mirror chakrams 1 to 10. That's fine. Honestly, that's fine. It's just keeping the damage a little bit more in line. It's not too much, though. So the one I'm really scared about, the pistol. I feel like the pistol is really fucking good. It's one of his best weapons, if not the best, that you can combine with others. In my opinion, 3 best weapons on Aphelios: pistol, flamethrower, chakram. For damage. Utility, obviously the gravity cannon. And then, what the fuck is the other one? The sniper. The sniper is just like annoying. It's okay. It's okay. But, what are they doing? How bad are they hitting it? They're just hitting the damage. Honestly, the damage to me doesn't really matter. It's what you do with it. And the damage isn't going down by that much. It's going down by 0.5, and they're not touching the base at all. No, they're not. See, this is what they should have done with the fucking sniper. Are you kidding me? Yeah, they're only nerfing the bonus AD damage by 0.5. So this is actually fine. They're just keeping it more in line. This is fine. My opinions on Aphelios in general. He's good. He's not bad. He's not great. His late game's really good. Not the best. I've said all these already. He is a little complicated. Not as complicated as they made it seem. Using the weapons is fine. if you're using certain weapons, you know, comboed with each other in team fights that are not good, you're definitely not going to feel like an AD. You're going to feel like a hassle. You're going to feel like a weight. If you have the right weapons, you're going to feel like an OP AD. But he's like mix and match, honestly. The wrong weapons at the wrong time can really feel like shit on him. The right weapons at the right time can really feel good. And with that said, he has to manage his resources. He's similar to Rumble, right? No matter what you do on Rumble, as long as you ulti well, and as long as you're not, like, overheated at the wrong time, you're gonna do good if you know what you're fucking doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know how to manage, you're kind of suck-ass and you don't do anything, even though you could be good. That's basically a Felios, in my eyes. So, I think he's good. The people who know how to use him will use him well. He's fun. He's just a little annoying sometimes. And his sniper is really bad now. Anyway, Draven. Our damage now scales. Not bad. It's a little better for Draven mains. I don't want to see Draven good. I hate Draven. Draven and Caitlyn are my most hated ADs. I hate them so much. But luckily, no one plays Draven. Everyone plays Caitlyn, and I just banned Caitlyn. This is really good for him, especially working on Draven's late, which is a mixed bag. It's like a strong but weak late because of the axes, and they're kind of putting more power into his ulti, something that's more guaranteed than his axes because you have to catch them. The ulti you just throw out and hit shit. The axes you have to actively catch, and in a team fight that might be a little hard. So they're giving him power to make him more reliable, in my opinion, and more power on Draven's always good. So this is definitely a good buff. However, I don't play Draven. I don't like Draven. I don't want to see him. This might bring some Draven mains out of the closet, but it won't convince people who don't already play him to play him more. He's not easy, and the people who like him will keep liking him and just play him more. Whereas sometimes they usually wouldn't. Alright, Jinx, my girl. I play this girl very much, and she's very near and dear to my heart, and what I'm assuming they said was a buff, so let's see. Passive. Bonus move speed now applies with epic monsters. Wow, that's crazy. But it's not the attack speed, which is fine. Jinx has always been a big fan of taking objectives, so increasing the list of things her passive procs off is a very champion resonant way to have more Jinx moments. Each game without massively increases Jinx's actual power. Get excited. Whenever Jinx damages enemy champions' turrets or inhibitors, enemy champions' turrets, inhibitors, or epic monsters that her team kills within 3 seconds of their death. Wait, does she not gain attack speed anymore? Let me see. Jinx League of Legends. Hopefully this shit's updated, right? Hopefully it is. Passive. Get excited. Move speed. And stacking attack speed whenever she damages an enemy champion. See, that's a lie. It's not stacking at all. It's actually flat. So I think this is wrong. Let's check the fan wiki, which is often more reliable than the site. Than the fucking site that the game's owners have. Additionally, she gains 50% total attack speed and removes the attack speed cap for the same duration. Yup, this is correct. Okay. Innate. Whenever an enemy champion doesn't... Huh. Maybe it procs the attack speed, but I'm not sure. I need to see. Obviously, I'll test it whenever I play Jinx, but this is good. This is really good, especially for Baron fights that are close. Jinx can massively reposition now, which is really good. It's one of the AD's most important factors in the fight, positioning. And Jinx is really good at being slippery and annoying. So this is a good buff. I like this. It's not game-changing unless you're playing a Baron fight. This is good. Very good. Karma. Karma, the annoying bitch. They're probably going to buff her because I haven't seen her, and I hate Karma. Q and W base damage increased. Lovely. Exactly what I said. And it's only up by 10. Okay, so this does nothing. The W is up by 10. Okay, this does nothing too. Whatever. Next. Lulu. So Lulu, I feel like, is one of the best supports in the game. However, you need to be smart and you need to actually have a brain to play Lulu, in my opinion. To be really good at Lulu, you could do a lot of things. You could peel, you could engage, you could be annoying, you could poke. Like, I feel like Lulu is the jack of all trades, but good at everything. Like, there's some people like Karma that try and be like, oh, I could disengage you by rooting them after 2 seconds of them beating your skull in. And then there's Jen who's like only disengage but can kind of be an engage if she really wants to waste flash or just spam W and land the knock up. They could do things that are out of their comfort zone, but it's hard for them and it's not optimal. Well, I wouldn't say not optimal. It's just harder for them to do. I feel like Lulu could do everything. If the person's really good, they just shine at everything. I feel like Lulu is the star premier support for the AD. And I say support as an actual support, not stupid ass Lux fake support. But anyway, I'm gonna be surprised if they buff her, even though she probably is gonna get buffed because she hasn't been played. Traditional supports have not been played, and I hope they get buffed, and Lulu will probably get buffed. Base armor and attack damage rounded up equaled on decreased, making picks a lot more available and therefore useful so Lulu can make the best out of her best fairy friend. The base armor is rounded, attack damage rounded, and picks is going from 10 to 8. Alright, decent buffs. Not going to make her play constantly, but hopefully we'll see her more. Good buffs. Naughty. Apparently Naughty is still a problem, even though he's not going mid anymore. He's still an issue. So they're nerfing him. Nautilus is like that bully in high school that push your head in the toilet and almost drown you because he can. Doing something about that so enemies aren't completely overwhelmed, especially early. They're nerfing his base damage again on the Q. Literally, the Q is the only problem after they overbuffed it to have 100 base damage. But, I mean, again, the damage was nice to have on Nautilus. It forced him, well, it didn't force him. It provided him a very good opportunity to just stay mid like a cunt that he was. But nerfing the damage might show him more bot, but this also means he won't be played as much because people like that damage. However, this is fine. I do think it's a little ridiculous how much Nautilus is good, and the hit marker, hit box on his anchor is insane. So, all in all, this is fine. I mean, again, I don't really want Nautilus for the damage he provides, although it is good to have. I want him because he's Nautilus, and I love Nautilus, next to Lulu. So, this is whatever. Quiana. I think she's personally really weak right now, and I feel like they're only doing this for pro play. W passive attack speed now scales. Quiana's strength in her jungle... Oh, by the way, I think they're nerfing her. I'm not sure yet, though. But from what they said before, it should be a nerf. Quiana's strength in the jungle is making it difficult to keep her in check. Oh, look, in pro play, flex in pro play, la la la. We want to encourage her identity as a mid laner and keeping for running amok in the woods. I was going to say smock. So 20. It starts at 5, 10, 15, 20, 12. Yeah, I mean, you don't really need attack speed in lane so much as a mid laner that is ability based. You definitely need it in the jungle. Nerfing attack speed for the jungle is going to widely affect your clear. So this actually, I think, solves the issue, and she goes back mid, which, me personally, I haven't seen count at jungle, but then again, this is pro play, and I don't really watch much pro play anymore, so I hope it fixes it there. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Sona. Sona's getting a buff, and from what I saw, this buff was actually really substantial. Sona, I think, is actually lacking and very weak for her role in the bot lane. You know how I said Karma has like her role of like, okay, Karma's like a poke support, but she's like a flex kind of into a shielding support and an engage / peel support. Her main role is poking, but she could do other things. Same with Jenna. Jenna's main role is peel and shield, but she can engage and poke if she tries for it. Sona is very, very simple. Her main thing, Sona's main ability and goal in a game, before 6, not having 6, not counting it, is poke. Poke and provide a tiny wiener heal and move speed. It's basically to be like a little bit of utility, but mostly poke. Sona is known for just fucking poking and damage. And I feel like by playing Sona, you're actually not doing what you're supposed to do. You don't poke as much as like you should. And by that I mean you don't do as much damage as traditionally Sona would. What Sona used to do, I feel like was ridiculous. I don't know what happened. I don't remember if they nerfed her that bad with damage, but if you want to like poke with someone, you do it with someone else. Usually, traditionally, you do it now with like a mage, like Lux, Brand, Vel'Koz, Xerath if you're really crazy. And they do so much better than Sona. It's more reliable, and it's more damage than Sona. And Sona provides other benefits like healing and move speed that barely are adequate. Barely. The move speed is ass, and the heal is kind of ass too. However, a good Sona can do good. And her ulti is pretty good too. It's just not worth it. And the other part of Sona that's really bad is she's like paper. She has no escapes. Her main thing is a shitty move speed buff. And if she ever gets caught out, unless she has stopwatch or flash, she's almost guaranteed to be dead because she's so squishy. It's insane. So what are they doing? They're only buffing the E. Wow. Sona has some room for buffs when you compare it to other enchanters, yes. We nerfed her in the past to prevent double support shenanigans with Taric. But we've since mitigated these concerns. They're not worried about it because she sucks ass, and we have the opportunity to give her a little tuning. This gives her more of an ability to dodge skill shots and the ability to maneuver around the map and to get to her allies, which I feel like was her main issue, the maneuverability and the mobility. So how much are they doing it? So self-move speed, she gets 10, 11, 12, 14% plus an amount that doesn't really matter because you're not really building that much AP and it doesn't really help you. To now be 25% flat and then scaling. Wow, so this is actually crazy. That's a huge fucking buff. No matter what, early, it's almost a 2.5 times buff. Late, it's like, I don't know the percentage, but like, this is actually, numbers-wise, insane. And the scaling went up, so that's good too. So late game, I would say like you'd probably get near maybe 30-something, maybe like 32, around there, probably. But this is a really good buff, and I think it will help Sona greatly. Do I still think Sona will be played more? Probably not. Her main issue is she doesn't do enough damage, and she just gets one shot, basically. But it's good to have if you're a Sona player, so I think this just helps the Sona mains. Decent buff. Pretty good. Needs more damage. Thresh. What do I think of Thresh? I think Thresh is good. He's not as good as he once was, ironically. I don't remember why. I feel like maybe the quality of Thresh players has gone down, or maybe my elo. But I feel like back in the day, Thresh was uncontestedly like the best support. He could heal. Well, not. What am I saying? No, he could peel. I mean, not heal. He could peel, engage, and that's basically it. But he did those two extremely well. And now I feel like, yeah, I guess it's just the quality of Thresh has gone down. The Thresh players. Because a good Thresh can still do a lot, but I don't feel like he could do as much. I don't know. Feels weird. I feel like he's in a decent spot, though. We're probably going to see buffs, most likely. Because we want, or not me, but Riot, I think, wants traditional supports back in the bot lane. So, what are they doing? VFX. Added Q with indicators for Pulsefire Thresh and Pulsefire Prestige Thresh. Okay. Bug fix. Okay. VFX bug fix. Okay, so they literally did nothing. Fuck this. Okay, Trundle. What do I think of Trundle? Weak, but simple, straightforward like Tryndamere. Obvious counters, obvious strengths, but weak overall because this is League of Legends in 2020 and we need some sort of a gimmick. Or else the champion's not good. Until they're nerfed. So Trundle, what are they doing? Probably buffs. W move speed increased, E slow increased. Trundle has been suffering all around, but especially when allies have to rely on him for ganks. Oh, God. So the move speed is going up by a decent amount on the W, and the slow is going up. So yeah, they're just buffing jungle Trundle. Because realistically, if he goes top, he's going to get shot on. By, like, most people, I feel like. Unless it's a tank, and tanks aren't played there anymore. So, this is a fine change. Not enough of a change again. I think this only helps the jungle Trundle players. I don't think anyone's going to go out of their way to play Trundle who doesn't already. So this is cool. Victor, one of the scariest used-to-be mages in the game, now kind of a shell of what he was. What are they doing? Passive mana bug fix. Bug fix, I don't give a shit. He's strong, but I feel like it's only in pro play. Ziggo. Same thing. He's not bad. He's good, but I think only Ziggs players are playing him. He feels weak, probably going to get buffed. Q base damage increased, W any knockback increased, E slowed. We're giving Ziggs a stronger way to disrupt opponents and encourage a greater presence in the early game. Ironic, because Ziggs was known for his early game. So the damage on the Q is going up by 10, decent amount. Late game too. Knockback distance is good. That means he's more safe if he knows how to use the W. And then the damage on the E, which is ass, is 10. Oh no, the slow, excuse me, is actually up by 10. That's a decent amount. So, again, probably just Ziggs players are going to like this. It's not going to call people to Ziggs. Alright, items. So, Cloak of Agility. So, recently, and by recent I mean like in the past year, Cloak of Agility was buffed to give 25% crit. And because of that, I haven't actually done, but I've seen people abuse this by just building like 2 or 3 cloaks without even finishing the item, just to get that much more crit. So, what do they say here? The initial goal of buffing Cloak of Agility last year was to account for the fact that it was slightly underpowered for the gold class. However, this has led to folks stacking cloaks on crit champions, exactly like I said, which makes the decision between Cloak of Agility and Pickaxe more of a math problem. A clearer item hierarchy is more helpful. BF Sword should be the most important. Pickaxe should be the second most, and Cloak should be last. So because of that, they're making Cloak of Agility what it was, because them reworking things often leads to Riot buffing things, which in my opinion are good, and then them having to go back on it. So we're just getting the old Cloak of Agility back because people stacked the new one because it was really good. Frozen Heart. Frozen Heart is underperforming compared to other options for armor. I actually don't believe that. I believe Frozen Heart is fine for what it does. It's just a niche item. The passive on it is good. The armor on it is pretty good. And the mana on it's good. It's just you're not going to build it over other armor items unless their AD is doing really good or you need mana. But even then, you probably still will build it. If you're a tank, why wouldn't you get Frozen Heart? Unless the enemy team doesn't have AD, you'd probably always get it. So I don't feel like it's underperforming at all. But a buff is a buff, and it's good. So we'll take it. Stormrazor. Stormrazor, I actually feel is fine. It definitely puts forward the thing they want of the energized build, even though I'm a little differing of opinion on the energized build as of now. I was very excited for it initially before preseason and during preseason, but now I feel like it kind of fell flat for me because you lose out on so much damage, and it really is an early to mid game item. I mean, maybe if the games go on long enough, which they don't, you can flex the energized like build into a better crit build. But to me, I feel like it's too early and mid-game oriented. But it is good. It is good. I wouldn't say it's bad. Now, I don't feel like Stormrazor is in essence a great item. I don't feel like it's OP. I think the biggest thing about Stormrazor, that's like the big problem for me, is the slow. The slow is extremely annoying and noticeable, which is good. The item actually has like a noticeable effect, and it's good. So it's annoying, but I like it because it's a good item. Not OP, not great, not overpowered. I said that already. Not like insane, not oppressive. I think it's good, and it's annoying, and you know it's good. So what are they doing? Hopefully they don't touch the slow, because that's what I think makes it unique. Nerfing Stormrazor as it's overperforming a tad, focusing on the tad, the TAD, so it keeps its unique and impactful slow utility. Wow, exactly what I said. So they're not touching the one thing that makes it good, which is great. They're lowering the AD by 5, that's fine, and they bug fixed it. Cool. I like that. That's fine. Don't touch the slow. Rift Herald. Rift Herald takes a little too long to defeat. Wow, what? So teams lessen the priority. Oh, they mean in the jungle. I thought when it was summoned, I was like, no, that shit gets killed very fast. Want her to get a little love too. Okay, so base health has went down and scales less. Cool. And you can get it twice. Bug fixes, no one gives a shit. Upcoming skins, again, I said they're all good. And we have Chronos. And that's the end of the patch notes, everyone. So, overall, pretty boring patch, honestly. Jinx got buffed. Draven got buffed. Lulu got buffed. A lot of supports I want to see in the bottle lane got buffed. Bombs got nerfed, which is fine. And, oh shit. And a fellow got nerfed and his Q got gutted. So I'm going to give this patch 7 out of 10 marc merrills. Pretty boring. Good buffs to some people. Not anything game-changing. Not anything exciting. Just quality of life shit and better for the mains who play the champion. So, 7 out of 10 marc merrills. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in like 2 weeks or something. Or right after this if you're watching the stream, but I doubt anyone is. Because we're going to play League after this. So, I hope you enjoyed. Later.